there. So we're talking about the Cornerstone Aquarium today. I want to give my impression about it. I've been messing with this pedal now for about just maybe 2 weeks or so, maybe 2 or 3 weeks after a long-awaited arrival for it to show up, actually. I've been a long-time user of the full-tone MDV3, which is the, it almost looks like a wah pedal. It's got the rocker on the top. It's the pedal that Robin Trower is still using for a long, long time. Very traditional sounding, throbby, very full sounding Univibe. So I was really interested in trying out the Cornerstone because the Cornerstone is kind of a take on a vintage sound, but also modern components and a modern tweakability that a lot of the older Univibes don't have, because they sit in a mix. Some of them don't sit in a mix very well because they don't have blend controls. They don't have mix knobs on them and things like that. Things that this kind of pedal does have. So right away when I started using it, it was a little bit different than the traditional Univibe in that it has a lot more control and versatility in really sculpting the sound. I was kind of expecting it to sound, a specific way, which a lot of Univibes have that kind of sound. You plug them in, they sound one certain way. And this one doesn't have that. You kind of really need to search for the sound that you're looking for. So getting started with it, I'll give you an example of the dry guitar sound, which is Carina Explorer, Gibson Custom Shop. We are hitting this board, which right now has the OCD on it, a little bit of overdrive, the Belly Pock by Cattle and Bread with a little bit of a slap, and then we're plugging through my Dr. Z, which is set clean with a little bit of reverb. So we have So, starting with the left side, which I set slow. What's cool about this pedal is you have a left side and a right side as far as the speed is set, which are the knobs on the top. I set mine really slow for either a chorusy type of sound on the left side or a traditional Univibe, and then more of like a Leslie type of like fast. Kind of almost like a keyboard type of sound, organ type of sound. And then you have a ramp speed between the two settings, which is controlled on the switch right here. I prefer it to be kind of a medium transition, and it has 3 settings, which are immediate, medium, and then a slow setting also to transition between left side and right side. So starting on the left side, and right away you'll probably notice something that I noticed is it cuts a little bit of your bass out of your signal. Not something that is traditional with Univibes, and honestly I wasn't sure how I felt about the pedal initially because of that. It's a traditional thing with Univibes, they add bottom end, but after doing more research into the pedal, I read that it was actually designed that way to sit in the mix better. You don't want to add bottom end to your signal when you're stepping on a pedal. You want to sculpt your sound to sit in the band properly, and this pedal really does that by cutting out that bottom end while the pedal is on. I'm doing the Univibe thing. It really allows the pedal to be heard by having a little bit of that bottom end cut out. And you could also control how much of that top end you introduce right here with the tone control, which is really cool. I've never seen any other Univibe pedal with that. So So that is a pretty cool feature. And then you have your traditional volume intensity controls and a mix control, which is really cool because you could blend how much of the univibe is coming into the clean signal. It's pretty subtle right now. And then you could have it so it's like really mixed in. It's and then this is kind of the it sounds to me more like the vibrato setting on a univibe pedal. A lot of the older univibe pedals had a vibrato setting, which is kind of a pitch modulation more than a chorusing sound. So you can see it's pitch modulating, and this is chorusing. So that's your switch for that setting. So now on this side, and it gets quite fast. The slow setting is really slow too. And the fast setting is really, really fast. Like it's almost too fast. I don't know. I've seen a couple other people mention that it's a little too fast on the fast side, because once you get past the halfway point, it's almost not even doing anything. And clean. I'll show you the really slow sound is like kind of chorusing, especially with the intensity up in the trick. So really cool sounding pedal. Definitely a modern take on an old classic. More cutting, more features, has more versatility on it than any other univibe I've ever personally played. And I think it sits in the band mix a little bit better than my old MDV3. So the pedal is 18 volts, like a lot of traditional univibes are. Most all of them are because of the way the light bulb works. It's a pulsating light bulb needs to be fed by either 18 or 24 volts generally. So that is my impression on the brand new Aquarium. I think they've actually put out one more pedal since we were making this video. I think it's a double-sided overdrive. So this is not the newest pedal by Cornerstone, but one of the newer pedals from Cornerstone. And that is the Aquarium Double Univibe.